These moments invite.
Oh my Lord. Yes. You know, people change. We change in relationships. And if we want to keep the spark of attraction alive, if we truly wish to be in polarity, we have to put effort into the relationship. That means we have to learn to ask for what we want from a really healthy place, a compassionate place, not a demanding, autocratic, controlling place. We need to show up in the way that we expect or prefer others to show up for us. So in other words, we've got to be in self-care. We've got to look after ourselves. We've also got to create desire sometimes in relationship. I'm not saying force desire. I'm not saying force intimacy and connection, but I'm saying create the circumstances and the space where you can actually do that and be that for each other. I know in my own relationship, if we are not deliberate with creating intimacy, if we are not deliberate with creating the space for us to be connected in deeper ways, often doesn't happen. The busyness of life, life's responsibilities, children, etc., they stack up, and they stack up pretty hard. And that I'm not different to anyone else. Like, life can be pretty intense and pretty busy. So if you're not prioritizing intimacy, you're going to end up with an expectation hangover, which is a book that my beautiful wife wrote a few years ago. And the name is pretty self-explanatory. You're going to be very disappointed in relationship. Remember, relationship isn't only when you first meet and the honeymoon phase and that period of intimate relating. There is a depth that comes after that, if we allow it to, that gives us more permission to be ourselves. But what also happens while in that phase, while we're doing that deeper inner work, we can sometimes lose the magnetic polarity and the attraction that was there initially, and it can diminish. And we have to put effort into that relationship and into ourselves, constantly growing, and growth is the key, in order to not only maintain that level of intimacy, but rather to maintain connection, to maintain spark, to create polarity. And one of the ways that we create polarity is deliberately having space from each other. One of the ways that we create polarity is prioritizing each other's needs. One of the ways we create polarity is being very real with each other. Once a week, having an opportunity to really share what's on our hearts. One of the ways we create polarity is creating intimate spaces where we can be physical with each other. I can keep going on, of course, but if you don't prioritize, if you don't put effort, and if you have unrealistic expectations, you will have an expectation hangover around intimacy in relationship, no matter what it looks like, whether it's a long-term relationship or something that's short-term. Prioritize what you desire most.